Så har vi det levende billede nummer 2, og det er Sergey, som sidder nede i Esbjerg. Og der har vi lige en enkelt lille udfordring med, hvad for nogle skærme vi har på. Så jeg vil bede jer rette blikket hen mod skærmen der, hvor I kan se, at der kommer lige hans præsentation, for det er noget med opkoblingen dernede. Og Sergeys projekt hedder Improving Flipped Classrooms for Better Problem-Based Learning Implementation in Everyday Study. Sergey, du har ordet.
Ja, tusind tak. Kan du høre mig?
Ja.
Yes. Kan du se min præsentation også?
Ja.
Okay. Så jeg skal sige mange tak for muligheden at præsentere min projekt. Men jeg håber, det er fint, hvis jeg gør det også på engelsk. Ellers jeg skal bruge mange engelske ord alligevel. Yes, so this project is devoted to some kind of improvement of classic flipped classes. And I was quite skeptical about flipped classes for a couple of years, but more and more teachers start using the flipped classes, and also after a good colleague of mine, Slavoj Sørensen, who is also participating in this project, had this experience last year, I decided maybe it's time to do something with that. And then I thought, what can be improved in the classical approach, in the classic flipped classes? And I realized that probably I would like to improve 4 things. First of all, how to make more and better use for the video lectures, because I think that watching 1 hour or 1.5 hour video lectures on YouTube for young people, I don't believe most of them will do that if it's not a new episode of Star Wars, for example. Then the quality control. It could be nice to have a quality control almost in real time. So it means that every day or every second day or every week, teacher can see what's going on, what's the activity of the students, are there any questions that they have particular difficulties with, and all that kind of things. The third is a better access of content and interactivity. I mean, watching a video on YouTube, then getting back to Moodle for making quizzes, and then looking at different materials from different parts. I don't think it's the best way to share the content. It would be nice to have some platform that will combine all together and add some interactive tool. For example, we can use web-based interactive tools so students can get a feeling of what's going on. For example, if you talk about mathematics, they can get a feeling about numbers and different mathematical goals. Then last but not least, it's incorporate PBL into course directly. Usually we use semester projects for PBL, but it could be a good idea if students work on real-life problems during the course. So the question was how? Well, I started reading some books and papers, but then I realized that we can actually use experience from massive online open courses, which are quite popular nowadays, because first of all, they use platforms dedicated for online learning. So they know how to provide the materials to students via online. They can deal with large number of students, up to tens of thousands. And then actually these courses were created taking into account that there will be no real interaction with teachers. So that's exactly what part of the flipped classes are. So I tried several courses from the top 3 top MOOC providers, Coursera, EDX, and FutureLearn, and then I ended up with selecting EDX. And there are several reasons for that. And one of the main reasons is that the platform they use, it's available, it's open source. So it means that everybody can install this platform on their own computer and try it, or we can install it for the department server, or we can install it for the whole university. So we can do the same in our department or university as people do on the EDX platform. Okay? This platform is dedicated for online learning, and it gives a very nice experience on building a course, where a course is a set of blocks. The smallest block is, for example, a small video or a small quiz. These blocks can be combined into what is called learning sequence. Then learning sequences can be combined into blocks and so on. So it's like an hierarchy. And the good thing is that it's very easy to create these blocks, and it's very easy to change them. For example, we can take the whole lecture and copy and paste to another course. Or we can take a particular part of the lecture and do the same. Okay? It also provides a lot of interactive tools, interactive quizzes. I will talk a little bit about them. And then they also, if for example, we know a little bit of web programming, we can add our own interactive tools. And analytics, it's very important because it provides a lot of tools for analytics. You can see every day what's going on with your course. You can see every day how active the students are, which students, for example, have difficulties with particular topics, and all that kind of things. Actually, I started using this platform already. I'm flipping right now my courses on applied statistics, which I'm going to teach from February, and I'll just show you a couple of slides how it looks like. So the learning sequence. Learning sequence is a way to give a lecture in EDX. Learning sequence is a sequence of short videos, so no long videos. They recommend between 5 and 15 minutes, better between 7 and 10 minutes. Okay? And then we combine these short videos with quizzes. And quizzes are quite rich in this platform. It can be a simple multiple choice quiz. It can be text to numeric field, mathematical formula, chemical structures, electrical circuits, anything. Almost anything, of course. We can work with DNA sequences. Then we can also incorporate web applications. So, for example, if you can program a small web applications that the students can play with, you can easily incorporate it into the learning sequence. You can also make programming code, so the students can write programs and then they can see if it's written correctly or not, or almost anything else. Okay, so here you can see that that's the course. So far it has only 2 blocks available. It's introduction and description data with statistics and plots. And I selected one particular lecture, it's called Introduction to R. So this is the learning sequence for this lecture. So you can see it starts with some handouts, it's just a web page with some useful links and slides. Then 2 short videos quiz, 2 short videos quiz, 2 short videos quiz, and so on. At the end they have some web application, I'll show you in a minute, and the final summary lecture. That's the web application I mentioned. So you can see that it's very naturally incorporated to the learning sequence, but that's interactive, so they can play with all these rulers and buttons and so on, and see the results immediately. So it's like playing with what they have just learned recently. Okay. Then they also can monitor their own project. So every time they take a quiz, they have like several different problems in this quiz, and then they can see how they perform. For example, you can see that I took two lectures. I took 2 quizzes for 2 lectures. So in the first lecture, I got like about 80% and a little bit less in the second lecture. And then you can see some details like I didn't answer one question here, and then for the second lecture, I answered all the questions. Okay. But the good thing is that the teacher can see this progress as well. So that's one of the sort of views. I don't have any students yet, so it's me and my colleagues so far. So you can see that I got 83% in the first lecture and 80% in the second lecture, and my colleague got 20% in the second lecture. You can also download this grade book as an Excel file and analyze it in Excel or any other software. And you can also use different other views for the grades of the students. So, for example, making plots and all the kind of things. Okay. So it seems like the platform and this open EDX approach, it solves the first 3 problems. But regarding the PBL, I have already the experience in using mini projects. So the idea is that the students are split into groups, and every group got a mini project, which is a real life problem. And it's not just what we call object writing. They have to work on this problem during 4 weeks. So they have 4 mini projects for the whole course. They work on this problem. They do brainstorming, they do calculations, they do some analysis, and then they make a report. It's like a semester project report, but of course it's smaller, and the workload is smaller. And then they send this report to me and get some feedback. They have some certain deadlines, so it also sort of give a sort of certain discipline to how do they go through the course. Okay. So that's actually it. I'm on the process now, and from February I'm going to use this approach and this platform in my course, and my colleague Jens Lauritz will also do this for his own course. Then we collect all our experience, good and bad stuff, and we'll try to share all this experience, to share the results, to share what we are doing about this approach and the students and how it worked. So that's actually it.
Tak skal du have, Sergey. Er der nogen spørgsmål til Sergey i den her omgang? Ja.
Could you explain where this is all hosted? Because I'm worried about support or the reliability of the solution.
Well, that's a good question. I can answer that. That's, we are sort of pioneers here. So we try to see if this platform will indeed work and it will be really efficient. Okay. So I have some administration skills. So first I installed it into my machine. It was not very difficult. And then I asked our IT support, and they installed it in one of the virtual servers we have in Aalborg. And when it gets installed, you don't need to do anything actually. The building courses does not require any knowledge in IT. Okay, so our IT guys are aware about that and they know how to do that. So that's what I can answer. And then I also do some, like you can modify this platform if you know some programming things. I also do some small modifications and I write down all the modifications I've made. So if we are going to use it, for example, in the department or faculty or university, we will share this experience, so we will not start from the scratch. So there will be some basic level, some baseline to start with.
Yeah.
Actually, this platform is available inside university, but I ask people don't use it so far because it's like an experimental platform. But the good point is it's already developed by given courses for thousands of students, so it should be very reliable. Of course, I haven't tried it for thousands of students, but many other people did, and they have very good experience with using this platform.
Flere spørgsmål? Så vil jeg bare tilføje, at det selvfølgelig, når vi taler om PBL og IT, så er der selvfølgelig en stor udfordring i forhold til at sikre, at vi også har IT-platformene til at understøtte alle de her aktiviteter. Og det er selvfølgelig noget af det, som der skal følges op på i den her proces, fordi det nytter ikke noget, at vi ender med så mange forskellige små løsninger, så vi ikke får den rigtige support til de her systemer, men at vi også måske får for mange systemer, der kører forskellige steder, så vi ikke har en overensstemmelse mellem de her, vi nødvendigvis alle sammen får brugt de bedste platforme. Så det er noget af det, som jeg prøver at tale lidt med IT om, men nu får vi snart et digitaliseringsråd, og så skal de også kigge på hele den her problemstilling, for det er jo en, vi skal håndtere. Det må ikke være en barriere, at IT ikke understøtter ordentligt, hvis vi vil have det integreret mere i undervisning. Ja, Sergey?
When I finish this course in June, if you want to try it, please write me a mail, and then in the summertime I can give you an access and show how to use it. So, of course, I can't manage hundreds of people, but I can easily do it for 5-10 persons who are eager to try, and then you will be able to see it yourself if it fits your needs or not.
Tusind tak. Det var et stort tilbud, som vi helt sikkert vil følge op på.